Hi guys, welcome to the Contender Promotions podcast. I'm your host, Garry Bell. Today we have a very special guest in the studio. It's the one and only Mr. Perfecto, Ernesto Hoost. How are you doing, my friend?
Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing quite good. Actually, this is my free morning, let me say, without my children.
Yeah.
My children, I will see later today. So I took it easy. I relaxed, and now I'm coming to life.
That's good. So, guys, I've just had Ernesto running around his house crazy looking for a set of headphones for me. So we've had a couple of technical issues, but we're ready to go now. It's going to be an amazing podcast.
For sure.
Yeah. So, Ernesto, we're going to ask you a few questions, but first of all, I just want to know what you've been up to, really. With are you on lockdown too as well in Holland? Is it your second lockdown? Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lockdown. Yeah, for sure. But already the gyms are open again. Although we cannot, we can train with less people, and those kind of things. They basically would like would like us to wear a mask, but we told that's impossible.
Yeah,
it's not going to work.
It's too crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not going to work. So that's okay. But it's a crazy time. It's so different, you know. It's you don't know what you can expect. And personally, I know 3 people who died from the COVID virus. So then you take it serious. My son had COVID, so he was in my house for a week or something in current quarantine. So then you have to take things serious.
Yeah. At least he's okay though now.
Yeah, he's okay again. Yeah.
But yeah, we're locked down as well. We've had to close my gym again. We apparently can't open until I think it's the 2nd of December. I still can't see them letting us open 2nd of December.
Wow.
But we'll see. We can still train. We can still train fighters. So if any of the guys are pro that's in any gym in the UK, these guys can still train together. So they are letting athletes train. Which it's very hard at the minute because there's no fight shows, especially in England. I know there is around the globe, but in England there's none.
No. Yeah, that's in Holland the same thing. Like my guy Santino, he fights for 1FC. He was supposed to fight, but they have postponed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you are fighting for the big leagues, it is still possible, but otherwise it's a problem.
Yeah, 100%. Ernesto, I know you've gone down. A lot of people might not know this. You've gone down the coaching route, haven't you? So you've actually got a few guys that you train yourself who fight for you. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell me a little bit about that and who these guys are and what we can expect?
Yeah, like I say, I don't have my own gym. Yeah. I do train in the gym where I started with fighting.
Yeah.
There is one guy, Santino Verbeek. I could get him a contract with 1FC. He's doing quite good.
Yeah.
That also means that I have to be his sparring partner sometimes.
Yeah.
Because at the gym, I train in a local gym. The gym I started, it's still a local gym.
Yeah.
Luckily for him, he trains with other guys from other gyms sometimes.
For sparring,
yeah. Because I'm 55 and I'm not training every day.
Yeah.
So of course I could spar a few rounds, but still it's not the same. I think it's not what he needs. He needs more power. He needs more stamina. So So, but he found solution and he's training with some other guys. So basically, that's okay.
That's good. What can we expect to see from him in the future? Do you predict him to be a star?
Yeah, it's difficult to predict, but I'm sure he has the potential.
He has the potential. Yeah, he fought a guy from England, didn't he? He fought was it Juan Cervantes? He fought him on one championship.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And your guy won, didn't he? Yeah, it was a difficult fight.
Yeah, it was a difficult fight for him, but he put him down, I think, in the second round or the first round. And that made him win the fight because Cervantes came back very strong.
Yeah.
And it could have been, I don't know, do they do extra round? It could have been a draw, but they gave it to Santino. So I was very happy for that.
Yeah, it was a good fight. It was an exciting fight to watch that. So, but yeah, I'll be looking forward to seeing more of him in the future, and hopefully a few more fights on one. What do you think of one championship?
Well, I think they do it good. I mean, good initiative. The only thing I don't understand is how they make their money.
Yeah.
Up till now, I don't know if they are only investing and they expecting to get some return in time. So that's because I did a international sports management study. Mm. So also from that point of view, I am interested to see how they are, what they expect from their business. And right now I cannot see it because everything is for free. Yeah. The fights are for free. I mean, if you want to look UFC, you have to pay. But if you want to look at ONE FC, it's for free. So that is kind of strange to me. Maybe good for the viewers.
Yeah.
And I hope also good for ONE FC. But there must be they must make their money somehow. So
yeah, because they wouldn't be able to keep doing it, would they? I just think they must be ahead of the time. The way I think Chatri's a top businessman, and I think he's brought it over to the fight game. And I don't know. I can see one championship being around for a while, and it's they've made it really exciting, especially for the likes of kickboxing and Muay Thai.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah. So, like I said, I don't know Chatri so much. I have seen him there, but I guess he knows what he's doing. So I only hope that this is gonna be a good thing for. This is gonna be a good 100%. Thing for him, for the viewers and for the fighters.
What do you think about the MMA gloves they're fighting in on one championship? What do you think about that? Is this something you would like to have done?
No, I don't like it at all.
Would you not have fought with them? No, not for kickboxing.
Well, if you're getting paid good money, of course I would. But I rather not because I think it gives bigger injuries, and so that is I don't see the how you say that the extra value of it. I don't see it.
I like it, if I'm honest. Personally, I like watching the fights. I do agree that there's massive risk of injury, a lot more injury, especially when the strikers are doing it. When these guys, the striking's a lot different to the MMA guys striking. So, and it's when they're hitting them shots in them little gloves, it's putting a lot more damage on the hands.
Yeah, also.
But it's interesting.
I mean, when you fight in UFC, I mean, I know the start of UFC because I was asked to fight in UFC 1.
Yeah.
But I didn't. So another guy from the gym went, and I mean that was bare hands.
Yeah.
After that, they invented the MMA gloves. Which was a lot better, but still, it's still, you cannot compare it with boxing or kickboxing gloves. So that's still strange to me.
What do you think of BKB then? When you've just been on about the bare hand, do you watch any BKB boxing, like bare knuckle?
I don't like it. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, it's, I don't know. It is as if it looks like normal boxing and kickboxing with gloves on. It's not exciting enough.
Yeah.
You know, and then you go back to 100 years ago or more when they started to fight with the bare knuckle, and I don't see the excitement.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, I see bigger injuries and all those kind of things. You know, I mean, it's easier to hit somebody with the hand than with the leg. Giving somebody a knee on his head is basically the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's much more difficult. And by punching, it's easier. So yeah, I don't see the extra value.
So Ernesto, if you can talk me through all the 4 World K1 GP tournaments that you had won, if you can remember in order of the guys you fought and how it felt fighting each guy, and sort of how you felt mentally going into each of them tournaments and each of them fights.
Okay. Yeah, I have to start with the first K1.
Yeah.
I mean, the first K1 I fought. I think I was the best fighter, but I was very unlucky that the Japanese, they really didn't know how to cope with tournament fighting.
Yeah.
And they thought it was like a karate, like Kyokushin karate or something, and you could go on and on, but it wasn't like that. So they thought they made a good two good groups.
Yeah.
The first was me, Peter Arts, Maurice Smith, and Atokawa.
Yeah.
And the other side was a Branko, Wells, Champuek, Satake, and some American guy who I saw who I saw at the Winter Olympics later. I forgot. Todd Hayes. Well, I mean, Todd Hayes was almost 120 kilogram, while all of the other guys, everybody was below 100 kilogram.
Yeah.
That time. So they figured out. I don't know. They really knew me, but they figured out that I should be a good fighter.
Yeah.
So they put me with Peter. They knew Peter was strong. They knew Maurice was strong. So they put the potential strong fighters in the one group.
Yeah.
But I think they overlooked the Branko Sikotic, and so Branko, easily could beat his opponents. So he had, I think he was in the ring for maybe 6 or 7 minutes, while I did almost 6 rounds.
Yeah.
So I won my fight with Maurice Smith in the semifinal. I injured my right leg. I injured my right hand in the fight with Peter. Then I had 10 minutes to recover, and then I had to fight with Branko. So there was no focus, no nothing.
Yeah.
So I lost the fight. I don't say I wouldn't have lost if the focus was there, because Branko is a strong, not a really good fighter, but he had a very good punch.
Yeah.
But that's what happened. And then I told myself, when I get into the final, I will never lose again. Never.
Right. Yeah.
You know? So after that, I won all my finals.
Yeah.
Later that year, they did a K2 because I was not a heavy fighter. K2 was for until 82 kilogram. That tournament I won. Then I was unlucky. 94, I had to fight in Holland. 95, I fought with Peter Arts, which was very hard fight, a very equal fight, but they gave it to Peter.
Yeah.
96, I fought a very hard fight, equal fight with Andy Hook. They gave it to Andy, and I really thought I was unlucky, and I was thinking this is never gonna work for me because apparently they don't want me to win or something. But lucky for me, I was wrong. In 97, I won. 97, I have my first fight with Jerome LeBanner. And Jerome beat me a year before, and he was convinced that he would knock me out.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, show me. And then I knocked him out after 1 minute or something.
Yeah.
My second fight with Francisco Filho? Francisco Filho, I think. Yeah, hard fight. Hit him good, but hit him strong on his legs and everything. But beat him on points. In the last fight with Andy Hook, it was quite special. I beat him. I lost once and I won once from Andy, and then I just went for it, and I was happy they gave it to me. Then 99 K1. That was the best. My best memory, as I was knocked out hard by Francisco Filho in April of that year. And nobody gave me a chance. I was happy to come into the finals in December. I think it was December 5. It was my first fight with Andy again. Beat him on points. Second fight with Jerome. And Jerome really came hard onto me the first round. Thinking he would knock me out, but he didn't. Second round, he was tired and knocked him out. And the last fight with Mirko Krokop, which was also good fight, difficult fight. And at the end, I knocked him out on his body. And what was special was from that event was that I fought only southpaws. All the guys I fought were southpaw. Andy, Jerome, Mirko, all southpaw. The third Grand Prix, first round with Mirko, beating on points. I knew Mirko couldn't beat me. Mirko, of course, very good fighter, but somehow I am. How you call that? I am the fighter he cannot beat. Something like that.
Yeah.
And he will beat everybody, but he will not beat me. The second fight was who was the second fight with? I forgot. Was it Filio again? Anyway, I know I beat all. I won all my fights on points. Last fight was with Ray Sefo, beating him on points. And the fourth tournament should have been the best feeling, but wasn't because of the Bob Sapp. I lost to Bob Sapp in the qualification, but it was a big success for K1 because a lot of people watched. And K1 was in financial trouble. They really needed the money. The fight with Sapp was live on TV, and it took a lot of attention. So the K1 Grand. So that's why Sammy Schild, who was supposed to fight Bob Sapp in the finals, I guess they paid him some money or something. He told everybody that he got an injury, he couldn't fight. Then they put me in again, and was again a drama for me. Starting good, knocking him down, and then lost my cool and let him get the overhand. And it never happened. It only happened to me once in my fight career, that after I knocked somebody down, I still lost the fight. Only happened with him. And yes, that's why I have a very bad feeling for Bob Sapp.
Yeah,
and it's not his fault. It's more like K1 didn't care about anything. They were like, we have to make the money, and Bob Sapp makes us the money, so we don't care. Yeah. We don't care about the rest. So that was too bad. I was lucky. He was very exhausted after the fight. He couldn't continue. I could continue, and after that, I became champion. I remember that Jerome was kind of pissed because he was like, yeah, I should have fought somebody else, and Ernesto was already lost, blah blah blah. I don't make the rules, but because of that they changed the rules later, and they said we make reserve fights.
Yeah, reserve fights, I remember.
And so it was special. Because I was the first to win 4 tournaments, also after the fight, when I went to the hotel, I went into the elevator, and the elevator stops at the first floor or the second floor.
Yeah.
And who steps in? Jerome LeBenner, who I just broke his arm. He steps in. He has his arm in a brace, and So the elevators were very fast elevators, but still it took a long time.
It does at them times. What did he say to you? Did he say anything? Or was just
at the beginning we said nothing, and then at some point I said, "Did you break your arm?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, I'm sorry." Then he was like, "Yeah, what does that say me?" I said, "Yeah, I really wanted to win the fight, but I never wanted to break your arm."
Yeah.
And that broke the ice. And ever since, we are good. Now we are friends. Every time we meet, sometimes we still meet in Japan, and whenever we meet, we are good with each other now. So that was something for the good.
Yeah, he was one of my favorite fighters, Jerome, actually. I used to like him.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I mean, I think because when he fights, there's always somebody's going down or out.
So someone's going down,
Yeah. That's true.
Oh, seconds out. Ernesto, seconds out coffee. Rob just brought me a nice seconds out coffee in.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
I'm taking a seconds in apple juice.
Yeah, so anything else to the tournaments?
Well, I like I say, when I was in the final in the first K193, I lost it. I was like, I'm never gonna lose a final anymore. So later that year, I fought K2. I won, and I fought regional tournament K1 Australia. I won. I won the K2 in Holland. They did a K2. I won that. It's like when you know how to fight a tournament, your attitude is different, and your approach to the fight is different, and you know that the first fight you cannot give it all, and sometimes you have to, of course, if it's a hard fight you have to, but if you don't have to, I don't give it all.
You try to prepare the other fights.
Yeah. Well, I try to
not to get injured.
I try to avoid injuries. Yeah. And that's the funny thing. What I learned in fighting, that you have to you don't have to show your best all the time.
Yeah, 100%. Who was the hardest Dutch fighter you've ever fought? The hardest Dutch fighter?
That should be Peter.
Peter.
Yeah, I mean Sam was not that hard. He was difficult because he was tall. Not that hard, but from all the guys, Peter is the hardest. Yeah, for sure.
Is he? Why is that? Is it just he's strength and he's just got some raw bruteness about him, Peter, and he's like a tough man, isn't he?
He's coming forward all the time.
Yeah.
Peter is always coming forward, and that is, when you fight with him, you always have to go backwards, and that is difficult. That's not especially difficult, but it's uncomfortable.
Yeah. Have you sparred with him? No, not obviously. You and Peter have fought loads of times. Have you trained together?
No.
Though? You've done seminars together, haven't you?
Yeah. We have done in my hometown here in Hoorn. We did a seminar, and also in where's that? Bulgaria. We have done a few seminars together. Yeah, and it's nice. I mean, after his last fight, he was like, "Why shouldn't we work together and train?" We that same year, I think the same year we fought each other, or the year before we fought each other last time. And after that, it was like, let's try to work together and see if we can make some extra money or something.
Was Peter's last fight? Was on WFL? Am I right or am I wrong?
What was it at? What WF?
He fought on Melvin show, didn't he? Fought on Melvin Manoff show, WFL.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was his last fight.
I think that was his last fight. Yeah.
Yeah, he won, didn't he? He won that fight, didn't he?
Yeah, but he might do some exhibitions in Japan.
Yeah, I like Peter. He's always an exciting fighter, isn't he? Win or lose, always.
Win or lose, always laughing, always.
He's a funny guy.
Making jokes and all those kind of things. Yeah.
Ernesto, do you ever wish you went into boxing or MMA?
Myself?
You yourself, yeah.
Well, I was asked to fight in the first UFC.
Who was it against? Do you know?
Sorry?
Who would you have fought if you did fight in the UFC at that time?
UFC 1 was Royce Gracie. UFC 1 was tournament. UFC 1 was a tournament,
right?
Like K1.
Yeah.
And there was Royce Gracie. There was some Hawaiian guy, a big sumo guy. There was some American kickboxer. I don't know exactly, but they called me actually if I wanted to fight, and then they told me it was with bare hands, and it was, and I was like, no, it's not my thing. So I better not. Of course, in the years when it got more and more popular, when the Fertitta brothers came and Dana White came, and there was a lot of money, I thought about it like, okay, maybe I should have tried to do some groundwork, but I never did. So that's okay.
Because two of the other K1 guys actually did do it, didn't it? Was it Crow Cop and Mark Hunt? Yeah. What did you think about Mark Hunt in K1?
Alistair Overeem.
Alistair Overeem also, yeah.
Mark did quite good, I think. I mean, you will still see that he's not a real MMA fighter. Yeah. But basically he did good, and also because Mark and as everybody, you were kind of complaining about the money we made in K1. Yeah. And I think in UFC at least he made some more money. Yeah, I was actually watching the other day. There was a fight. I was watching a few of yours, but there was a fight that came up on it. You'll remember this fight. It was a good fight. It was Mark Hunt versus Ray Seafor, where they were just punching each other's face in. It was a crazy fight. That I was there. You were there at that fight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they were both putting the hands down. Mark Hunt was, if they say you can't hurt me. But I'm sure Mark Hunt took that fight on short notice and what they were saying in the commentary. I cannot remember that if he took it on a short notice. I know that actually, because that was the year he won the K1 Grand Prix.
Yeah.
He lost that fight.
Yeah, he lost that fight. Yeah. It was a close fight though.
It was close. Ray could not continue because his eye was too big.
Yeah.
And then he continued, and then he won that tournament, and then he won the K1. Later he won the K1. That year, I was supposed to fight him in the semifinal. Actually, I beat him that year. I beat him in the K1 Australia. And so he was kind of lucky to do a losers tournament and losing again to Ray, but lucky again to go on to the finals, and then at the end winning the tournament. What bothered me a little bit is the fact that as he was very lucky to twice actually, as he was very lucky twice. The year later, when I fought with Bob Sapp and I lost also twice, but Bob Sapp couldn't continue. I could continue, and actually I won the tournament. Then many people started to complain about, it's not honest, blah, 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 because he already lost. And of course it was true, I lost. And basically I shouldn't have fought again.
Yeah.
Basically I agree. But with Mark Hunt, it was the same thing. He lost twice. And still he could continue. And but that's my feeling.
Yeah. But going off that, we're going to go on to your demon, let's say, Bob Sapp. So I know we've spoke a little bit about Bob Sapp before, and you just spoke a little bit about him again. Yeah. I remember when the Bob Sapp fight was on, the very first one, I was actually shocked when he beat you. I was gobsmacked.
Yeah, I understand that.
How did it feel for you, like mentally?
You know, it is a story I told a lot of times already, and people don't know, or people don't want to know, or people don't believe, or something. It doesn't matter. That year was 2002. I started very good. I was very fit and everything, but I had to do too many fights. And at some point I was so tired, my body was tired. I have problem with my skin when I'm overtrained or too tired, then I get skin problem. I have that already for 4 years. And then then I had to fight with the Semi Shield. I said, okay, I did not feel good already, but I still did the fight. And then I didn't want to fight anymore because I was starting to feel sick.
Yeah.
Then they came with Bob Sapp. And then my trainer, Johan Vos, he was like, they come with this bullshit guy, blah, blah, blah. I said, a week before or 2 weeks before the fight, I said, I'm sorry, I cannot fight. I have problem with my skin. It's getting worse and worse. It's not really working. And Johan being very, how you say that? I mean, if something is good, it's good. But if it's not good, it's not good. He will tell you. He will always tell you.
Yeah.
And then he was like, you have to fight that guy. I said, I'm sorry, I cannot fight. And then he said, you know what? Let's do one last training and then see if you can fight. Then you can fight. Then you will fight. I did the training, and then he said, hey, it went okay, huh? Well, normally he would say, this is bullshit. You trained like shit. But that time he did not, because he was like, I don't know what kind of deal he made with Ishii.
Yeah.
Ishii from K1, the boss. But and he said that it's no problem. He cannot fight, and there's only big guy and everything. Blah 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 blah. So I let him. Then he was talking in me so much that I was like, okay, I will fight.
Yeah.
So the fight was a disaster. It was live on Japanese TV, and it was a big success because many people watched and everything.
Yeah.
And then it was like, as I said before, do it again, because K1 was in financial trouble, and because that year, the K1 2002 was the best feud. The final and old tournament was the best feud because of me and Sepp.
Yeah.
But for me, it's still a big frustration. It's. I mean, I gave him some name. I gave him, and I don't like that. Especially because I know I am much better than I showed in those fights.
What did you know about Sepp before you fought him? Like, what did you know? Was he training? Did you see any footage of him or anything like that?
Wow, I think he fought with Musashi. Did he fight with Musashi, or he fought with some Japanese guy before that? And then he was constantly on TV showing how he was eating raw meat and all kind of crazy things. They liked it. Then eating paper and doing all kind of crazy
stuff.
Things Japanese people like. And I really thought it was a lunatic, and I still think so.
Yeah.
On the other hand, they used him too, and I'm sure they made a shitload of money over his head too.
It's crazy it's crazy to think back that, like, the fight with you and Sepp, and then you see him in some other fights, and he just, like, with guys that are no names also, no disrespect to them, but he just goes down, doesn't he? Like, sometimes I've seen him.
Well, what is? I mean, I think he fought with Abidi before me. He fought with a Japanese guy. He fought with a few guys. When he fought with me, especially the second time, he felt what it was to have pain because I knocked him down on his body. Yeah. I hit him with some low kicks and everything, in his head also. So then he knew what is pain. Before that, he didn't know.
Yeah.
And so after that, when he experienced it again, then he was like, okay, I don't like this. And I'm not a fighter.
Because there was going to be a third fight, weren't there, between you and Sepp that never happened?
Well, yeah. The thing is, it's not that I was really looking forward to fight him again. I was like, okay, I basically closed that chapter in my life, and I was like, okay. Then I was supposed to fight my last fight in Holland. And then the promoter, Simon Rutz, he came with, it's good to take revenge on Bob Sepp.
Yeah.
And I was like, really, again, I mean, basically I'm through with that, But, okay, I was like, okay, let's do it, and this and that. And then as we were supposed to fight, we met each other before the fights, and we did all the promotional things and the weigh in and the press conference and blah blah blah. And so the next day or 2 days later was the fight in Amsterdam Arena. And we had the introduction and everything went okay. And then suddenly, I think 45 minutes before the fight, suddenly K1 people came into the dressing room and said, Ernesto, we have a problem. Bob Sepp left.
Shit.
Like, what? You know, I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah,
you know,
fucking hell.
I was like, well, yeah. And then at the one hand, they say, yeah, he was scared, but I didn't really believe that. There were more things. He was threatened and all kind of things. But yeah, anyway, I didn't do the fight. And then they are like, okay, but Peter is is doing commentary. So he wants to fight. I said, what the fuck? I'm not going to fight with Peter. I didn't prepare for Peter. Yeah, I prepared for Seb, not for Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're the main act, and everybody's coming for you for this fight, and blah blah blah. And I was like, okay, but I'm sorry, I cannot fight it. I mean, how old was I? 40, almost 41, I think. I said, I cannot do a good fight. I prepared for Bob Sepp, not for Peter.
Yeah.
You know. So I said, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do a real fight with Peter. I cannot do that. It's like, half an hour, 45 minutes before the fight. I cannot do that. So that's what we did. We did a fight. I said, I'm sorry, we are not going to. We doing it for the crowd, but I cannot go. I cannot do a real fight with you because you are not trained. I am trained. If I lose, then it's. Peter is so good and Ernesto is so bad. No, yeah. I couldn't do that.
Put you in a situation.
Yeah.
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 So no, I can understand that. There's just one more thing I want to ask about Bob Sapp. It was the wrestling match you guys done. I think it was in 2003. Oh, yeah. There's not much about that when I've looked. Like, how did that come about and what made you want to do it? Was it
the money,
crazy shit?
The money. It's only the money. I mean, I did it once, and it was that fight. And K1 wanted it because I think the K1 owned the show or something. Mm-hmm. Wrestle One. I think the name was Wrestle One or something.
Was it American wrestling?
Sorry?
Was it like American style wrestling, or was it wrestling? Like what type of wrestling was it?
Like the WWF style.
Yeah. So did you have to practice like what you were going to be doing? Or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the American style. Yeah, that's what we did. We had 2 days, I think, to practice how to do and how to do this, how to do that.
How was that then with Bob Sapp there? Because you never really liked the guy.
You know, I cannot say I don't like the guy, you know, because I didn't really know him, you know, and all I knew was all what he showed on TV, and that's not who he is. So I couldn't. So we talked. We had a lot of good talks before the fight, and we had to rehearse. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I mean, if I really wouldn't like him, it would have been very difficult to do this with him.
Yeah, definitely.
But it was not that bad, but yeah, I mean, it was still strange. Yeah,
I can imagine. So Ernesto, would you ever consider fighting again at your age? You've seen like obviously Mike Tyson and Roy Jones Jr. are going to be fighting. Mm-hmm. Would you ever consider fighting if it was somebody your age?
If all circumstances would be okay and like opponent, like financial, I would consider it. Yeah, why not?
What do you think about
nowadays? It's not like 20, 30 years ago. I mean, people are fitter now. It's not that, you know, I still train. So I don't say I'm fit like 20 years ago, but I'm still fit, you know. So it's not impossible to do it. And before it was kind of like that's you don't do that. Now it's like money talks. You know, and Tyson Jones, I mean, that's like 2 of my favorite fighters.
Yeah,
I really would like to see that fight.
And who do you think? Who have you got?
It's a difficult one. Because like I say, two of my favorite fighters, I still would think Tyson. Yeah. Because Tyson is more the real heavyweight than Jones is. I don't know if Jones, I don't know if he still have the speed that he had. Yeah. Because you could hardly hit him.
Tyson's looking amazing, though, isn't he?
Tyson will have the power and the speed for sure. Yeah. The speed not like in his heydays, but for sure he still has a lot of power, a lot of speed and power. And Jones will have to rely on his quickness and everything.
How do you think?
I think Tyson.
How do you think these sort of guys would have done, the likes of Tyson and Jones, if in your prime and the other guys in the primes, and you stuck them in the K1 ring under K1 rules? How do you think these guys would have stood up?
Of course, the Shannon Briggs fought. Shannon Briggs fought in K1 once, I think. The thing is, those guys, they have so much power in their hands, and they have so much respect from the kickboxing fighters that will be their big advantage. And if they fight a fighter who don't care about that, they will be in trouble. Yeah. That's what I think. But if they fight somebody who's kind of scared of them,
because Francis Botha done it as well, didn't he?
I just wanted to say that when Francois Botha came, I think the first time, I forgot the guy who he fought. I forgot who he was, but the guy was so scared of him. But in being scared, he put him down. He gave him an 8 count. Yeah. And after that, he kept on running. And Botha was not able to hit him with a clean shot. And then he beat Botha. I don't know which German fighter, I forgot. Anyway, and you will see that like Botha is not like a powerhouse like Tyson or something. He's not that strong. So it's easy to knock him on his legs, to hit him on his legs, so that he will slow down and that he will not be able to use his power.
Well, if you've never experienced a leg kick, these guys who are boxing and they go in there and it's fucking, the leg will be, it'll just buckle, wouldn't it? Like, honestly, because it's different taking a leg kick than a punch.
That's true, but what I remember from Botha, I forgot who, but I think he was knocked out or down once by a punch, but never by the kick. Yeah. That is, amazing, kind of.
That's good. Well, so it's who would you like? I'm not saying you're calling anyone out here or anything like that, but if you could come back and do one last fight at your age, who would it be? Don't say me.
Oh. Who would it be? Wow, it must have to be somebody. I still have something to settle with. Who would that be?
I know it wouldn't be Peter. So let's what about Remy?
Maybe Remy. Could be a possibility. Yeah.
Melvin?
No. I'm not into Melvin for that.
Two good friends.
Nothing serious. Nothing. But
just not.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. He's not. In my opinion, he's not a real heavyweight. Of course, he had a success by knocking out Mark Hunt. Yeah. But then most of the time he will lose.
I honestly, personally love the style of Melvin, the way he fights. I love it.
I understand.
Because as a fan, he's so exciting, man. And he's a proper cool guy.
He's a guy like, okay, I don't care. I'm going for it, win or lose. Yeah. Yeah. I will never be that guy, because I don't like losing. I don't like being hit. I don't like being knocked out. those kind of things. I will never take that risk, and he does. So I understand that people like him.
So who are we going to pick? Semi? No,
Sam is too tall. Who would I? Yeah, I think
we could
maybe Remy, because the way I lost to Remy, I still I didn't agree with that loss. We fought in 2004. It was draw after 3 rounds. Extra round, the extra round, I never lost. I'm pretty 1000% sure I didn't lose, and I'm 1000% sure I got robbed by K1, because the year before Remy fought with Musashi in the final, and they gave it to Remy, and Musashi did quite good. So, and they would know that Musashi will never win from me. Even if I'm blind, he will not beat me. The Musashi cannot beat me. And I mean, I like him. It's a friend, but as for fighting, he will not beat me.
Your style.
And as Musashi did it quite good against Remy, that was for sure the reason that I lost to Remy. I'm 100% sure, but. Then Remy sees that differently, of course. Remy sees that he won, and maybe he did, but like I say, in the extra round, I never lost. No.
Or we could match you with the jab cross hook card, what Ernesto is a part of. The new game that's coming out. The jab cross hook game that you're part of.
Oh, yeah.
Versus Andy Sauer. So Ernesto and Andy Sauer on the game that I've got, guys. These guys are counterpunch cards on my game. So obviously on both teams. I know you and Andy are good friends, so it's going to be a cool game, and that's going to be sent out to you soon, actually, mate, this game.
Yeah, interesting.
It is going to be interesting.
Yeah, jab cross hook.
Jab cross hook.
Actually, I missed the uppercut.
Oh, the uppercut. We'll have to add that in for you.
That's okay. That's okay.
So, Ernesto, who do you wish you fought or could have fought, past or present? Somebody you never fought, or somebody you would have loved to have fought, like in your era, somebody you would wish you fought, but never.
Who did I wish to fight? Basically, I'm okay with everybody I fought. Of course, when I was past my prime, Simon Roots came to me and proposed me to fight with Badr Hari.
Yeah.
But he wanted to start the press to know when the fight should have been in May, I think.
Yeah.
And then he already started. He wanted to do the press conference in October, and it was too long for me. You know, I was like, I'm not gonna do that for almost 3/4 of a year, being confronted with this, and being confronted with the fact that everybody will say he's too young and you cannot beat him, blah 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 blah. And so basically, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. In the beginning, I remember that I saw Badr just after I said I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'm sorry, I canceled the fight. He said, oh, don't worry, I only got more respect for you now. But then he wrote the book, and then he was very negative, and he was like, I'm a coward, and this and that, and that. Like, okay, you know.
So a bit of a different story, what he said to you personally.
Yeah, it was a different story. But okay, you know, it's like after that some things happened, and we were in Hawaii. There was a K1 in Hawaii, and Butter had to fight, and we had a very good relationship. And then I said to him, you know, maybe it's an idea to do a fight, you and me, and then I said to him, let's take it easy. Let's say the first round or the first 2 rounds. I'm not sure what I said.
Yeah.
And after that, just go for it. And then what he said is like, yeah, and he said that I said that I only wanted to take it easy the whole fight, and that's not what I said. So from that moment, he apparently lost his respect for me or something, and then he started to talk different about me. So that's okay.
What do you think about Badr Hari as a fighter yourself? Like, what do you personally think? Do you think he's good for the sport?
I think he's good for the sport, yes.
Yeah, I do.
Because he attracts a lot of attention, a lot of people. I think he's getting older now. You know, he better know how to control himself. And I think, fighters like Badr is what people want to see.
What did you think of his last fight with Rico when he hurt his foot? He was winning.
What can I say?
He did look good. Badr looked amazing, man.
Yeah, he was landing
everything. He was. Yeah. Honestly, when because obviously I watched the first fight with them, and again with his arm that time, but the second fight he looked so much better. He looked really good. He was moving well. He was landing all the shots. Like, I was really impressed.
Yeah. What I hear about Badr is that when he is motivated, then he trains very hard, and he is then he shows his best. And I'm sure he would have done that with me. And for sure he would have done it with Rico also, because Rico is the man to beat.
Yeah, he's putting all his effort in because he wants to be fighting the best guys.
Exactly.
What do you think about his next fight on Glory? I think it's on the 19th of December against Benny.
Oh yeah, I think Badr's. I say that Badr's. What's the good? I don't even know the Dutch word. Badr's. The way Badr behaves, the way.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's going to be too much for Benny. That's what I think.
Too much. You think he's going to stop him?
I think Badr is going to stop Benny because of. Benny's a good fighter, but being pressured up front with press conferences, with talks and this and that, and I think that's going to be too much for Benny. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting fight. I'm looking forward to it. I've met Benny and I've seen him fight in Romania a couple of times.
So Benny's a good Benny is a good fighter.
I'll tell you which fighter I do like. Who Glory have just signed. This guy's a machine, man. I don't know if you'll know who he is. Raul Cortinas. Have you seen this guy fight? Yeah,
I know.
Honestly,
Romanian
he's like the white Mike Tyson. I seen him. I was at a super combat event before, and he kicked this guy in the stomach, right, roundhouse kick, and then he just floored him. I'm sure it was like a left hook, because the guy was winded as he went down.
I saw him fight once somewhere. Was it in Romania? Maybe it was in Romania. I saw him fight once. Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's strong. Good. He looks strong.
He's getting, let me say, he's getting better and better.
Yeah, better and better, yeah. So, I'm interested to see how he can hang with these guys now, because obviously Glory's a different standard of fighters than the super combat guys. So I'm looking forward to see how he can hang with them guys. And hopefully he can, because I do like him. As a fighter. I like watching him. He's exciting.
Yeah.
He's definitely exciting.
He's a good fighter.
But sure. the Badder versus Benny fight, that's actually on my birthday, the 19th of December, so I'm definitely going to be watching that. So,
the 19th of December.
19th of December, yeah. I'll expect my Tesla through the post. My Tesla.
Tesla.
Yeah, my Tesla. Yeah.
Hey, you will get the very small one.
The toy one.
The toy one. The 19th of December. Okay, that's a special day for me. Yeah.
For you.
Yeah.
How come? Because of my birthday.
That's of course that's the most important reason. No, but that's it was the 19th of December when I won my first tournament.
There you go then. So I mean you've got a special
December 1993.
Yeah, we've got a special time together.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. No, I mean it's always maybe in 2023 I will post it because it's 93 it's to 2020 is not so special, but yeah, 19 December 1993 is a special day for me. Yeah.
That's good. Ernesto, that you just made me remind me of something there. Remember when I brought you over for seminars a few years ago?
Mm-hmm.
And fuck, do you remember when I was like, you showed me your belts, weren't you? I was ringing you on the phone, you were showing me your belts. Yes. I was like, bring a belt. And it was only the night before that I'd spoke to you saying, oh, bring your belt. And I remember when you arrived in Newcastle Airport and you were taking ages, like, where the fuck is he? Is he not coming? Yeah. Anyway, you'd rang me, you're like, oh, they've lost my belt. And I'm like, this guy's a wind-up, man. He's fucking winding me up. And you were like, no, I'm being serious. And you were in there, remember? And I was like, oh, fuck, I feel bad now. I've lost his belt. And it was that's the belt you loved the most out of, weren't it?
Yeah, the 99 one, yeah.
So it was crazy. And then, because I remember, didn't they drop it off at the hotel for you? Because I was thinking we're never going to see this belt again.
I forgot. Did you see the belt?
Yeah, it was the white belt.
Yeah, they're all white. Oh no, only the first one. The first one was black. I think they brought it later or something. They forgot it or something like that. Because how come?
I remember they couldn't even track it at first, could they? Because I remember when you were in Amsterdam, you were like, I want to take it on me, and I don't think they let you, did they? They were like, oh, you need to put it through here. Yeah.
That was kind of scary because it's more than money, you know. I mean, I don't want to lose those belts, you know. I could never sell them or something, you know. That's if I'm really broke, but no, it's like a very special the 4K1 belts and the crowns. They are very special to me.
Yeah, I bet they are. Yeah, I'd love to see them in person. Your gear.
I'm gonna take one. It's close to me. Just a moment.
Let's do it. Yeah, put a crown on. Put a crown on for the rest of the interview. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Mr. Perfecto Ernesto Hoost. Look at that, the real deal. That's the K1 GOAT right there, guys.
Black Caesar.
Black Caesar.
Yeah.
Is that crown, is it real gold, the crown?
No, I think it's, how you say that? The upper part is gold.
Nice, I like it. Yeah, that is the belt. That's the belt that I almost lost. Yeah.
Yeah. So I will never bring it again.
Yeah, never bring it again. Lucky you found it, or you might punch my face in.
No, I mean, no. I mean, it's also a lesson for me. You know, it's like, okay, these things are very special to me.
Yeah.
And it's too important to just lose it. So I don't want to bring them out. I mean, I brought them to Japan. You know, I have traveled with them a few times, but when I almost lost one, I was like, okay, I better don't do it anymore. You know, let me take this off.
Ernesto, who was your toughest fight ever?
Toughest fight, the people ask me that a lot, and it's still difficult to say what was my toughest fight.
So who was the strongest person you've ever fought? The guy who had the most strength when they were kicking you and you were like, fuck, this guy's strong.
Yeah, for kicking, I don't know.
No one.
For punching, I think most of the guys, even heavyweights, they are heavyweight. Most of the guys don't even kick that hard. That's my opinion. It's you should be more aware of the boxing than the kicking.
Yeah.
The kicking, there is no fighter who really bothered me in kicking. But Francisco Filho had a hard kick.
Yeah, you could see when he was fighting, he did. Look at he was made.
And also he couldn't box at all, but he hit so hard. He gave me the hardest knockout. When I see him, he cannot box. Yeah, in my opinion. If he cannot box, it's too much. But he's not a real boxer or something. But his punch was really the hardest. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. So who do you actually?
Kicks, as for kicks, like I say, the most of the guys, I was not impressed. The most of the guys, maybe Peter. No, most of the guys I was not impressed by their kicking power. No.
Interesting. So who would you consider the best K1 fighter ever? Or is it you?
I cannot say that. If it's me, I would never say that of myself. I think
you're up there in the top 3, 100%.
I think I'm in top 3.
Easy.
Yeah.
Ever.
But who
even
is
with the
best?
generation now?
I think so.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think in your prime, I don't know, and when your head was switched on, I don't know who could have beat you, if I'm being truthfully honest.
When I was really good, let me say, especially after I was knocked out in '99 by Filho, I started to change my attitude and my thinking and my approach to fighting. Yeah. Then I think because from that fight, 99, the first fight I lost was 3.5 years later against Bob Sapp.
Yeah.
So that period I was really strong. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I reckon a lot of people will say you're definitely one of the K1 GOATs, 100%.
I hope so.
100% that, mate. It's 100%. Ernesto, how did you get I've seen some on your social and you were telling me also, with the acting, you've been doing some sort of movie, have you?
Well, actually, I was asked to do the screen test, casting.
Yeah.
For a movie, and I said okay, and so I did the casting, and then to my surprise, they called me the same day and told me that I had the role. Is
it an English movie or?
No, it's a Dutch movie.
A Dutch movie.
It's a TV movie. It will be on the TV in January.
Yeah. Any other big names in there that I might know, like fighting wise or not?
No, fighting wise. Bob Schreiber is also have a small role in the movie.
Yeah. And what's it about?
It's about a father who is me, who has a son.
Yeah.
But he left his family when he was very young. And then the son is going to look for his father, but his father was kind of an asshole.
Yeah,
and so that's why his mother didn't want him to look for him, and all those kind of things.
So you actually play a big role in the movie, don't you? Then, by the sounds of it, is it?
Yeah, I have a big role. I'm not the leading role because my son he has the leading role, but kind of big role.
Nice. I bet you were happy when that came about then, were you? Was it something you've always wanted to do, or did it just pop up?
Not especially, but when it came up, it was very interesting to do. I did another casting for another movie, but I didn't get that role. That was like last month or something.
Yeah, well, definitely interested in watching it, and hopefully it's got subtitles on or something, so I can. If it's in Dutch, there's no way I'm going to be able to watch it. But I'll have to turn the volume down.
Like I say, it's gonna be for a Dutch TV, so it will not have subtitles. But maybe if when it's a success, maybe they will bring it overseas.
I'll have to get you to dub over it. You do the voices, and then I can watch it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know how big is my name, how popular am I, those kind of things. How interesting would it be to bring it outside Holland? You know.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think I think subtitling would be better. But I mean, in Holland we subtitle everything. Like for example, in Germany they synchronize everything, and I don't know how they do it in Great Britain.
But no, I'm definitely interested in watching it, and to be honest, I'd watch it anyway, even if I couldn't understand what they were saying, just because I'd be interested to watch it with you being in it. If I'm honest, so is there going to be fight scenes in it?
Yeah,
fights with you
boxing.
As well. Just
boxing
and boxing as well, yeah.
No kickboxing, boxing.
Just boxing.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's going to be interested now. Everyone's going to be messaging you, Ernesto, send me the DVD.
Well, I mean, I don't know how difficult it is to nowadays. It's not that difficult to get foreign TV, so it should be possible.
Yeah. But what have you got planned for the rest of the day then?
Not that much. I'm lazy, but I have to clean my house. And I look at it, I'm kind of ashamed. But I'm happy you cannot really see it.
House is too big. When you were looking for them headphones, it was like watching supermarket sweep or something running around the supermarket.
It's true. Yeah, I have 5 floors in my house. Yeah, I have a ceiling. I have a basement.
Yeah.
The I say that the first floor, and then the second floor, and then another floor, and then I have a small. I don't know how you say that in English, but then a small floor on top, but that's only to put some stuff.
Like in the attic, in the loft or the attic.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. But guys, just want to say this show's been sponsored by the Jab Cross Hook game. This game's going to be available to buy the end of November. Ernesto Hoost is a character on this game. It's going to be a sale for $9.99. I'm going to be sending Ernesto and Andy Sauer also, who's a part of this game. I'm going to be sending these guys some more. And I just want to thank you as well for getting involved and believing in me and helping me with it, to be honest. I don't know what sort of success the game's going to have. I know there's nothing like it in the world. I know you haven't played it yourself personally, but it's a good concept, and the people that have played it really enjoy it, and it's a fun game. Yeah,
I'm planning to play it, but I never know the rules. I don't know the game and everything, and it's I basically I need my children
to show you
to teach me those kind of things, because I'm never into that. But I will play it for sure.
Did you ever play on? Remember the game you were in, K1 game on the PlayStation? Did you ever play
PlayStation?
That?
Yeah, but then it was funny. The very first time I played, I was in 97, I think. Yeah, I think the game's from 96. And then I had it, and then I went to my sister who lived somewhere else, and then they started to play it. And then one guy played with me, and then some other guy played with somebody else, and then I was losing. It was just before, I think it was just before the K1 97.
Yeah.
When I had to fight with Jerome. And I was like, what the And then, the one guy was me and one guy was Jerome. And then I started to lose. And I was like, what the fuck is this? You know? I know. But lucky for me, the reality was different.
Yeah, but guys, Ernesto, I just want to really thank you for coming on the show. Like to me, you're a massive inspiration. You're one of the reasons I started my gym. You're one of the reasons I started my promotions.
Thank you.
To me, you're a legend. You're definitely up there in the top 3 of K1 fighters, if not fighters in the world. That's including the likes, even to me, who I like, the guys like Mike Tyson. I put you up there with them guys. And I just think guys like you can show the young generation or even the older generation that you can do anything you want in life if you really put the work in. And I believe nothing's come easy for you in your life. And I think you've worked for everything you've got, and yeah, you want to be proud of yourself. And I think there's a lot of people around the world that like probably love you as a person and as a fighter. So massive respect for that. You're an amazing guy.
Well, I have to say, I was happy when I was 15 that I found something, because I did football, I did athletics, and then suddenly kickboxing came into my hometown, and my parents allowed me to train, and I saw my talent, and suddenly it was something big for me. And I'm just happy that I was able to experience that. And when you start something like that, you don't expect to be so big, and even like, what is it, 40 years later, that people still talk about you, that's amazing.
And
I'm happy about it.
I remember years ago, the first time I ever met you, I trained with you. You won't even remember, but I think I've showed you a picture before. I was at the Senny in London. This was years ago. I can't remember what year it was.
Yeah.
And I'd done a seminar with you there. And
2012, I think.
Was it 2012?
2012 or 2010, something like that.
Yeah, I think it might be 2010. And I just remember seeing you. And to me, like, I was a bit starstruck because obviously I grew up watching you. I used to watch all your fights on Eurosport. And then to train with you, like I say, to me, you've always been like, the up there, like you have Mike Tyson, who's boxing the best. For me, it was always like Ernesto Hoost. You were like the equivalent to me, as in the K1 world, as what Mike Tyson is to people in the boxing world. So when I was there, I was like slightly starstruck, and I was like, "Fuck, it's Ernesto Hoost." So I sort of didn't even know what to say to you, even when I'd seen you walking by. And it was like, at that time, I was younger and I was a bit like sketchy to even say anything to you, like a bit just thinking, oh, fuck, it's Ernesto Hoost. I can't say that to him. He won't even be bothered. And then for years went by, and I think you were still fighting at the time or whatever. And then I went to Holland. I was a guest at Melvin's show. And I'm sure it was the Andy Sauer fight, or might be in the show before that. I can't really remember. But anyway, I remember meeting you, and you, when I'd spoke to you, you sort of recognised me off something to do with social media. I don't know what it was, something to do with Contender. And you mentioned my name, you Garry Bell, and I was like, fuck, this guy knows my name. I was like, fucking hell. So, and anyway, then since that day, like on it, we talk quite a lot. Like we message each other, not every day, I'm not saying, but we've kept friends, and it's been good, and I'm happy about that. And a lot of my guys in the gym, or even guys I know around the country, obviously, even I still do like look up to you massively, but a lot of these guys like fucking hell, Ernesto Hoost, he's the man. And but now it's mad that like I just have your phone number and I can just text you or ring you whenever. Ernesto, will you come on the podcast? It's just like, oh, asking one of your friends, Ernesto, do you mind being a character in my game? Like when I was a young kid, I would never have imagined doing shit like this, ringing Ernesto Hoost, will you do this? Like when I was at home, it was like, fuck, that's Ernesto Hoost on the telly. Like I say, to me, you were like Mike Tyson. So it's funny how life turns out.
Yeah, I agree, and it's like that. And when you're young, you have people you look up to. For me, unluckily for me, I never could meet somebody like Muhammad Ali or something, who was like a big hero for me. And I could meet actually many times Johan Cruyff. Who was not, he was a football player, but still he was, not my big hero, but a big guy who you really would like to meet. And then at some point, he knew who I was, and he knew we had normal talks and all kind of things. So I know how special it is, to meet people you really look up to.
Yeah.
And as now I meet so many. I have met so many people, and people of which I was actually surprised that they knew me. And and then things it will never be normal, but it will be like, okay, it's not that important anymore. Like that you must take a picture, you must do this, you must do that. That's not like that anymore. But I understand what you mean.
But no, it's good just to look up to people as well, and I think, and have a role model. But you obviously, I watched all you guys on TV all the time. There was nothing like in England like K1. There was Thai boxing and kickboxing. Like
that's one thing. That's one thing that surprises me. That England is so big. Yeah, there's so much fight sport, but there are not really big stars, big kickboxing stars. I don't know how that is possible. I know you had when I was growing up as a fighter, you had some guys. What's the name? Ronnie Green, of course.
Yeah, Ronnie Green. Yeah.
I think Ronnie Green is still, for me, he's kind of the biggest name.
Gary Turner.
But Gary Turner is not a big name for me.
Yeah.
I mean, Ronnie Green is a big name.
Yeah.
He came. I mean, I think one of the first times I went to Amsterdam to Jaap Edehal, that was like the place to be for the kickboxing those years in the 80s. And then Ronnie Green was fighting over there, So he is a big name for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's that big in England.
No, he's quite. He's a big name. Yeah. In the martial arts world, he's big.
Yeah, exactly. But but what I don't understand, I think, why are in Holland there are so many big names? Why not in Great Britain? I don't understand that.
Hopefully soon, my friend. Hopefully, you actually fought a guy. I wouldn't say this guy's a legend or nothing, but in boxing, he was not a bad fighter. Matt Skelton.
Yeah.
Yeah, you fought
Matt Skelton, and the funny thing is that it was not an easy fight. It was in Australia. Yeah. He headbutted me because he's not like I don't think he means to be a dirty fighter, but he is kind of, but it's more, I think, more out of how you say that, out of not being handy enough or something, and making mistakes. But then I suddenly heard he was big in boxing, and that really surprised me, because I think he was very limited as a boxer, but still he did quite good. Yeah,
he still made money from it, didn't he? So respect to him for that.
Good, yeah, for sure. Yeah, good for him.
Definitely. Yeah. But Ernesto, again, I'd like you to just put like a little message out there and like let up and coming athletes know what it takes to be a superstar.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see myself as a superstar, but the most important thing is love what you do. Love what you do. Just have fun doing it, because if you don't like it, or if you cannot put all your passion into it, it will not work. From the first day I went to the gym, from the first training I did, I was in love with the sport. And then I remember the first trainings, the technical part, the footwork and everything. It was so easy for me, it was so easy. And some guys, after a year, because we start all together, because there was no kickboxing, then suddenly a guy came to teach. And the things I knew within 2 weeks, some of the guys couldn't do after a year. So thinking back, I knew that then already it was
for you.
Yeah, it was for me. It was people could see that I had the talent.
Well, you definitely proved that, didn't you? In the fight sport and in the fight game, you did 100%. But Ernesto, again, massively appreciate your time coming on the show.
You're welcome.
And yeah, we'll do it again.
Yeah, whenever.
Yeah,
it's suitable for us. Yeah, for sure.
But guys, just want to wish Ernesto a great day.
Yes, I hope everybody liked the talk, and like Garry said, if you guys like it, you will see me again. Yeah,
and as Ernesto says, guys, chase your dreams, go after everything, and love what you do, and you can smash what you do. Ernesto, who's Mr. Perfect?
Like I say, go for your dreams, but just enjoy what you do. That's the most important. Enjoy it.
Awesome words from the champ. See you soon, my friend. Oosh.
Yes, Oos. Take care.